My dear listeners, hello and welcome to the Healing Station. Here at the Healing Station, we receive our healing for sicknesses, we receive our healing for emotional problems, we receive our healing for mental problems, we receive our healing for financial problems. We receive our healing for any other problem that we could be grappling with, and we become healing vessels ourselves, healing stations ourselves that bring healing to others. God uses us, sanctifies us, and uses us to bring healing to ourselves and to others. Today we're talking about Jacob, and we are going to dwell on this verse, Genesis 47 verse 8, where Jacob and Pharaoh are having a conversation, and Jacob says, "My days have been few and evil." We are going to be dwelling on that statement from Jacob, "My days have been few and evil." He's already 130 years when he makes this statement. Now I'll give a little background. Jacob has been thinking that his son Joseph is dead, and he's been mourning his son. He thought that the son had been mauled and killed by an evil animal. But no, the son has been doing very well in Egypt. And now the son has become very powerful, and the son has found favor with Pharaoh, and he has organized a relocation of all the Israelites, his father and the entire family, so that they can come from Canaan and dwell in Egypt and dwell in the best land in Egypt. And Pharaoh is very happy to see the family for Joseph, and is very happy even when having this conversation with Jacob. He's a very happy man. And he asks Jacob, "How has your life been?" And Jacob is saying, "My days of pilgrimage compared to my father's have been few and evil." When I first read this verse, I really wondered, and I puzzled over it and wondered, why would just Jacob say, why would he summarize his life like this by saying that he has not been a happy man? And yet in Genesis 30:43, we are told that the man increased exceedingly and had much cattle and many servants and camels and asses. Why would he say this when he has already enjoyed financial prosperity? But then I went back to the story again, the story of Jacob, and I saw that indeed it is true that he's been a miserable man all along. The first time he made a big mistake was when he turned his own brother Esau into the biggest enemy of all times. He stole the birthright, and Esau was distraught. And Esau saw and said, "When my father dies, I'll kill him." And Jacob fled to go and live with Uncle Laban in Padan Aram, only to find that Uncle Laban is a very treacherous man. First, Uncle Laban tricked him so that for 7 years he worked for Rachel, only to find that it's Leah he found. It's Leah he was given. Then he had to work another 14 years to get Rachel, the woman that he actually really loved. Then he says that he complains about the way the father has changed, the uncle has changed his wages 10 times over those years, 10 times. Every time the uncle looking for a way to exploit him and to bully him. And he complains about the wilderness, that when he would tend the sheep in the wilderness, he would have to withstand the vagaries of weather, frost and all, and he would have to keep his eyes awake, struggling not to fall asleep in order to ensure that the flock is safe from wild animals. And in cases where the wild animals had actually devoured the flock, in cases when it happened, he would compensate quietly. Laban's missing sheep, he'd compensate quietly with his own sheep. Or Laban's missing cattle, he'd compensate quietly with his own cattle, quietly. So he says Laban has changed his wage 10 times. In Genesis 31, verse 1, he begins to face another problem. He begins to face complete hostility from the cousins, who I think may have been young boys when he had arrived, and now they've grown into adult men. He hears them saying, Jacob has taken away our father's wealth, all our father's wealth, all our father's wealth, and he has gotten all the glory. And he realizes that now time for him to escape has arrived, especially when Laban begins to hate him after this. So he escapes. He escapes with his family. Now he has a big family. He has wives, children, and mistresses, and maidservants, and camels and asses. And as he's fleeing, Laban comes after him. And Laban comes after him until God himself intervenes in a dream and tells Laban, "Leave the man alone, leave the boy alone." Otherwise, we do not know what Laban intended to do to Jacob and his family if it wasn't for God's intervention. So Laban finally catches up with Jacob, who has camped somewhere, and they have this conversation. And for the first time, Jacob is able to actually tell Laban outright how unfair he has been to him. and they make peace. They make peace. While this situation is over, Jacob now has to grapple with another situation, facing his biggest enemy, his own brother Esau. And Esau has become a mighty man now. He's coming here with 400 men, accompanied by 400 men. That tells you that if he wants to kill Jacob and his family, he'll do it in minutes. But God intervenes again, and we find that Esau is actually very agreeable and very happy to see him, and very delighted to see him again. And the grudge is over. So they dwell side by side until such a time as the land in Canaan refuses to accommodate them anymore because it is overstretched, because they've increased in wealth. Both the brothers have increased in wealth. They have riches more than. That is what the King James Version says. They have riches more than. Now, Jacob faces another big problem again. His wife dies. Loss. Now loss of a loved one. His wife dies and he mourns again. And then he mourns again when he's told that Joseph, his son, has been killed by a wild animal, and he says he will never recover. So these are the things that Jacob is telling Pharaoh. By the time he discovers that his son is very much alive, he is already 130 years. Thankfully, he's going to live another 40 years, so he will enjoy his son for at least 40 years before he dies. He will enjoy Joseph, but he has already missed the many years. He could have fellowshiped with his son, he could have loved his son, he could have been loved by him. Those days are gone and they'll never come back. And his wife Rachel has died and she is not coming back. We are talking about Jacob, and we are identifying with him today and saying that even ourselves, like Jacob, we've also gone through many problems. Some people have grieved, some people have lost loved ones, and some people have gone through unfair labor practices at the workplace, and some people have also faced weather situations. Our hearts have ached. Our hearts have ached. We are carrying a lot of pain in our hearts, a lot of fear, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And here at the healing station, we are asking God to bring healing and to comfort us. We realize that there is no hospital we shall walk into and say, oh, I have a heartache, oh, I'm grieving, oh, I have loss. Please help me, doctor. There is no medicine that a doctor will prescribe for you to heal you of the heartache, to heal you of pain, of loss, or of when you're grieving. It's only God, the balm of Gilead, who can comfort us, heal us and comfort us, heal us and comfort us. And today we are leaning on Jesus and asking him, the great physician, the balm of Gilead, to heal us and to comfort us. So kindly share, subscribe, and like and comment, even as we receive healing, and comfort from the great physician, from the balm of Gilead, Jesus our Lord. Jesus our Lord. Thank you so much. Until the next time we meet, please stay comforted and stay healed.